नमस्कार दोस्तों, ब्रेन्स गॉसिप का और एक नया ट्यूटोरियल पे आप सभी का स्वागत है। इस ट्यूटोरियल पे हम लोग डिस्कशन करने वाले हैं कंटिन्यूअस चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन। नाउ शुरू करने से पहले हम तुम्हें एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहते हैं कि व्हाट कॉजेस इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन। ये इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन क्यों होता है? इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन का रीजन है इलेक्ट्रॉन्स। ये तो हम पहले वीडियो में डिस्कशन कर चुके हैं कि इफ यू टेक अ substance and if you take out some electrons from it, then the charge of the substance will be positive, and if you take another substance and give some electrons inside it, its charge will be negative. Now the entire electrification, entire process of electrification causes due to electrons, and they are very tiny charged particles. Okay, now if you consider a large number of charge, large number, how much large? Very large number of charges distributed over a line, surface or volume, we call this to be a continuous charge distribution. Okay, मतलब क्या हुआ? It means that if you take a line or a surface or a volume and place these tiny charged particles at a very large number, the charge distribution can be considered to be a continuous charge distribution. Okay, now let us understand this by one example. Now this is my skin. Okay, now this skin seems to be very continuous, smooth, although my skin is not very smooth. However, this skin is smooth, but if I try to observe the skin inside a microscope, what will be my observation? My observation will be it is made of a very tiny small cell, that is animal cell, and I know it, and from the concept of biology you should know it also, isn't it? Now here the same situation happen, very tiny charged particles, these are electrons, and they are distributed at a large number on a surface or on a line or on a volume, and this charge distribution is considered to be continuous. So that is the meaning of continuous, without any break, without any discrete thing, without any gap between them. Okay, now we will understand line charge distribution, then surface charge distribution, then volume charge distribution one by one. अभी हम लोग जान लेंगे लाइन चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के बारे में। क्या है लाइन चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन? व्हेन द चार्जेस आर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड ओवर अ लाइन वी कॉल इट लाइन चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन। मतलब जब एक लाइन के बारे में हम लोग डिस्कशन करने वाले हैं, मतलब वन डायमेंशनल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ चार्ज, वी कॉल इट लाइन चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. And in that case our target is to find out the line charge density. Now what is line charge density? That is charge per unit length. Now in differential form we can represent this line charge density as dq by dl, and it is represented by the letter lambda. Now if lambda equal to dq by dl, what we can write? dq equal to lambda dl by the multiplication. So in case of line charge density we can represent this dq, the charge element, by lambda dl. Now here comes a question, what is the unit of lambda? That means the line charge density. Obviously it is coulomb per meter. So charge, unit of charge is coulomb, unit of length is meter, so coulomb per meter, and obviously it is a scalar quantity. Now our aim is to find out the force due to line charge distribution. To understand this, what we will do? We will take q charge which is distributed over L. So this is the length L, and this q charge is distributed over the length, and we take length element dl on L. So this is a elementary length dl. So this is dl, a small, very small, tiny portion, that is dl. We take this part as a part of this length L. Okay, so this small portion is dl. Now we have to locate this dl. To locate this dl we have to take a position vector, that is r1. So this is a vector from this O to dl. This is the position vector, this is the location of this dl. Now we take another charge q naught. So we will take another charge q naught, and the position vector of this q naught is r2. Now this r2 minus r1 is another vector, that is r. So r2 minus r represent another vector. Now what is our target? We want to calculate the force on q naught due to dl. So as we know, dl is the elementary length and it has some charge, and that is dq. Now our target is to find out the force q naught, the force on q naught due to dl. Okay. Now what will be the force? This force will be df, and we can calculate this 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught multiplication of the two charges. One is q naught, another one is dq, and the length, that is r. So r square, and obviously we need to make it vector form, so it will be, there will be r cap. Understood? So this df is the force on this q naught due to the length element dl. Now let us try to find out the total force on this q naught due to the total charge distribution. To calculate this, we have to make an integration. So total force on q naught due to the charge distribution. How we can calculate this? We can calculate this as force integration of df integration of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q naught dq by r square r cap. Okay, is that part is clear? So we are just putting this df over here and we are getting this. Now those parts which are constant will be out of the integration, because constants always go out of the integration. We have every right to make the constant part out of the integration. So we will write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, q naught will be here, and dq r square r cap. Now if you recall, we know that dq equal to lambda dl. We will put that over here. So what we will get? Q naught equal to 4 pi epsilon naught lambda dl r square r cap. So this is how we can calculate the total force on this q naught due to the total charge distribution. Now if the type of charge distribution is given, whether it is a line charge distribution, I mean whether it is a straight line or it is a circle, or what type of charge distribution it is, on which this integration depend, and according to that we can calculate the value. So this is how we calculate the force on q naught due to the total charge distribution. Now let us move on to surface charge distribution, and there we will do the same thing, same type of calculation. Now let us try to find out what is surface charge distribution. It is when the charge is distributed over a surface. Okay, we call it surface charge distribution. That means, let us suppose this is a surface and the surface is S and total charge in the surface is Q. It is distributed over a surface, we call it surface charge distribution. And in that case, we try to find out the surface charge density. Now what is surface charge density? Charge per unit amount of surface is called surface charge density. And what will be its unit? Its unit is coulomb per meter square, because surface means we have to find out the area. So what is the unit of area? Meter square. So that's why it is coulomb per meter square, and obviously it is a scalar quantity, please remember. Now in differential form we can represent this as dq by ds, where dq represents the charge and ds represent the surface. So sigma equal to dq by ds, this is the differential form. Now if it is true, then we can represent this as dq equal to sigma ds. Please remember this, we'll be needing this in future. Now our target is to find out the force due to a surface charge distribution on a point charge. So let us try to find out this. Now in order to find out the force due to the surface charge distribution, what we have to do, we have to take a charge which is distributed over the surface. So this is the surface we have taken. So the surface is S and the charge on this surface is Q. Total charge is Q. Now we take a small surface element. Now what is surface element? A small, very small, tiny portion on the surface that is represented by this. This is the surface element. And this surface element is ds. It's a rectangular shape and we call this ds. Now the position vector of this ds is r1. So from the origin this is r1, and we take another charge q0 which is out of the surface, is a separate charge q0. It's an isolated separate charge, and the position vector of this q0 is r2. That is another vector, and we call r2 minus r1 is r vector. Simply we are giving name, we are just considering this. So this vector r2 minus r1 is r. Simply the distance between the ds and q0 is r, distance vector. Okay, so we can calculate the force on q0 due to the ds. Force on q0 due to ds we have to find out. So this can be calculated as df equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught multiplication of the charges. So first one is q0 and the second one is dq. dq is the charge on the ds, that is dq, and the distance vector, so r square r cap, like similar previous one we want to calculate. Now this df is the force due to the ds on q0. Now our target is to find out the force on this q0 due to the total charge q that is distributed over the surface. How we can calculate this? So the total charge, so the total force on q0 due to the charge distribution. Now how we can calculate this? By the process of integration. So total force equal to integration df. Okay, now df equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q0 dq r square vector r. Now dq equal to, we know, that is sigma ds. So we'll put it over here. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q0. So constant term will be out of the integration, and then it will be dq by r square r cap. Now you put the value of dq over here. What will get? We'll get q0 by 4 pi epsilon naught sigma ds r square r cap. Okay, so this is how we can calculate the total force for a surface charge distribution for an isolated charge q0. Now let us move on and try to find out what will be the force due to a volume charge distribution. तो पहले तो हम ये जान लेते हैं कि वॉल्यूम चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होता क्या है. if the charge is distributed continuously over a volume, we call it volume charge distribution. मतलब मानो कि एक स्पेस है, एक वॉल्यूम है एंड वहाँ पे चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है, तो हम लोग क्या कहेंगे, एक स्पेस पे अगर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड हो, 3 डायमेंशनल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ चार्ज, वी कॉल इट वॉल्यूम चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. एंड इन दैट केस our target is to find out volume charge density and it is represented by rho. So volume charge density equal to charge by volume, that is equal to dq by dv. In differential form we represent by dq by dv. Okay, now what will be the unit of volume charge density? The unit of volume charge density is coulomb by meter cube. Why? Because charge by volume, so unit of charge is c and unit of volume is meter cube, so that is why coulomb per meter cube, and obviously it is a scalar quantity. Now our target is to find out the force due to a volume charge distribution. So let us try to find out. तो वॉल्यूम चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के लिए फोर्स कैलकुलेट करने के लिए हम लोग क्या किए हैं, लेट q charge is distributed over a volume v. So we have taken this volume, arbitrary random shaped volume, the volume is v and the charge on this volume is q, and we take elementary volume dv. So what is dv? This cuboid or cube is our elementary volume. Very small tiny volume is called elementary volume, and this is our dv. Okay, this is our dv. Now the position vector of this dv is r1. So this is r1 and the position vector of q naught. So what is q naught? Q naught is isolated free charge, that is q naught. The position vector of q naught is r2, and we can write r2 minus r1 is r. So this is also our consideration, that the distance, we want to calculate the distance, that is why r2 minus r we are calculating. So we are writing this r vector. Now our target is to calculate the force. So the force on q naught due to the dv is df into 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. क्या होगा, फर्स्ट चार्ज q naught, सेकेंड चार्ज dq by distance r square r cap. Similarly, like previous two, we will do the same over here, but to calculate the total charge, sorry, to calculate the total force. Okay, same time I'm telling charge, I don't know why. So total force on q naught due to the volume charge distribution. How we can calculate? Force integration of df equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught r square r cap. As it is, it will be same. Again, next step is to take the constants out of the integration. So let us take the constants out of the integration. So we can write q naught 4 pi epsilon dq r square r cap. Now we know that rho equal to dq by dv. So dq equal to rho dv. So we'll put it over here. We'll get q naught 4 pi epsilon rho dv r square r cap. So this is how we can calculate the total force due to total force on q naught due to the volume charge distribution. So I hope you can understand these three cases, for line charge, for surface charge and for volume charge distribution, what will be the force for this charge distribution. तो आज के लिए इतना ही, मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो पे. अगले वीडियो पे हम लोग देखेंगे कि कैसे हम लोग फील्ड को जान सकते हैं, इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फील्ड क्या है, इसके बारे में हम लोग डिटेल्स डिस्कशन करेंगे. ठीक है, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय, टाटा, टेक केयर, स्टे सेफ.